But immediately after the Murali, just that reflection, as I say, find some way to do it and revise what Baba has said, and then there's more chance, maybe 25%, maybe 30%, maybe more, will stay with the soul through the day. And Baba's words will become the guiding light, not just for your words and actions, but more importantly, for your state of awareness. And that discipline of reflecting on what Baba has said will make it very easy for you to both stay connected with Baba through the day, but especially when you sit down for meditation, then in that period, what Baba has said becomes the runway from which you're able to then lift off and fly. Because it's been going on in your mind. What did Baba say? What did Baba say? And so then, of course, very easily and naturally, you fly to the one who has said all these things that have helped you elevate yourself. And so I'm seeing that the subtle disciplines are very, very valuable in being able to experience God's love and have very beautiful, powerful yoga experiences. The third thing, and that is when I sit down to meditate, again, another inner discipline. And let me go through that exercise of feeling the soul, feeling the connection with Baba, the relationships with Baba, and yes, I can go further and then come to the point where the seed stage and just lost in God's love. Sometimes it may happen that your churning has been so fantastic, or your stage of soul consciousness has been so powerful that when you sit down, instantly there's a beautiful experience of Baba's love. But how often is that? And is there any guarantee that that's what's going to happen? But the discipline of going through that process, coming here, going there, and then using Gyan and bringing your mind to that state of real feeling of love for Baba, and Baba's able to give you the return of that love. So discipline in all these very subtle inner states of awareness is something which is the foundation to be able to experience love. The mistake that's made very, very often is that, well, I sat for yoga and nothing happened. And the reason that nothing happened is that I didn't make something happen. And so I have to do my work first. The right awareness, the right thoughts, the right feelings, and then the rest is up to Baba. Maybe Baba wants me just to experience peace and a very quiet feeling. Maybe Baba wants to give me power. And maybe Baba wants to give me love. But my preparation has to be there first. Otherwise, sit without preparation and probably nothing will happen. But B, because you'll get bored, because nothing's happening and you're not making something happen, then that's when not just boredom but also sleepiness comes in. Two different states of sleepiness. One where, okay, the physical body does need its certain amount, its quota, whatever it may be. And if you haven't given it that, you can push it 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, but how much longer? And then at some point, the sleepiness comes in. And the problem with that is that that becomes a habit. First 1 or 2 days maybe is actual physical tiredness, but then it just becomes a habit. But also the spiritual sleepiness, where I haven't done the inner work I need to do, and there isn't that alertness inside, then the sleepiness comes in for that reason too, and that also can become a habit. And so very important to follow the discipline that Baba's talking about. Just want to say one word again about sleep. Discovering what is your optimum period of sleep that's required. And really, truly, for different people, it's different hours. So it's not a question of comparison. But certainly, whatever you needed before Gyan, now you're going to need less. That's a fact. But don't compare. Just check it out for yourself. Time of going to bed, check it out for yourself. What works best for you? So again, that discipline of following a routine, a timetable. The Western world has created this situation where everybody thinks that late nights are okay. And Baba thinks that late nights are okay. But for Baba, when Baba's talking about night, Baba's talking about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. And so, no, that end of the clock, 11 and 12, forget about Amrit Vela, forget about yoga, if that's going to become a habit. And so discover which works for you and sort that out as your physical timetable. But more importantly, what are you doing in here? You can see how in Madhuban, the timetable is such that there's a very specific structure for an afternoon break. And according to the climate here, not when it's cold, but when it's warm, that works best. And also sometimes I found that according to the service programs here, evening programs going on till late, so that break is useful, but in many countries you can't take that break. And so to compensate somewhere, but find a way in which, if you've made Amrit Vela your priority, it'll happen. It'll be powerful and beautiful. And I realized some time ago that it's important to do that. If I don't make Amrit Vela my priority, then there just isn't going to be the same quality of silence that you can experience any other time at all through the day. It doesn't matter which country, doesn't matter culture, doesn't matter your lifestyle or habit. It just isn't possible to get that quality of silence where the world is actually quiet and so supports you in your effort to be with Baba. So this is why Amrit Vela. And so am I ready to make other things second and make my discipline of Amrit Vela my first step, my priority. And if I do that, that also brings extra marks from Baba. Baba sees the direction you're going in and helps you. But definitely it's the inner disciplines that create the foundation to be able to experience that love. I don't see that it's possible for Baba to keep giving me love unless I do my work. And my work is to follow the methods that Baba has given me to help me. And so I use those methods, and the results then come in the experience of love. And once the fire of love is going, then it'll become stronger and stronger and stronger. And then you don't need to think about churning or trying to make connection and develop relationships. Then it's the fire that's burning and it's powerful and beautiful. But to get to that stage, I need to use all the different techniques that Baba's taught us. Clear? Yeah? Okay. less talk and more experience now. And so let's enjoy powerful, powerful yoga. Have a very beautiful bhakti. Om Shanti.